Welcome to Friday Restore and Explore class. So coming down onto the backs, finding a comfortable position. If possible, just to begin with, if you can have the legs straight. I know sometimes I encourage you, if you have a bad back, to have the knees bent, but there's just a couple of exercises I want to do with the legs. So if you can extend the legs, that would be great. If that feels uncomfortable, you can always pop a cushion underneath the legs or a rolled up blanket. So just settling in on the backs, connecting with the natural breath, taking a moment to observe your body, observe your breath, observe how you're feeling this Friday morning, all without judgment, just connecting and becoming aware of your inner self. Using this opportunity to let go of anything you're clinging on to. It's not needed for the next hour as you move through your practice. Reminding ourselves to stay present in the here and the now, so we can really tune in to our bodies, really tune into the sensations, feeling into each stretch, feeling into the space that we create in the body as we move gently and mindfully. So just allowing the feet to just fall to the sides of the mat, to the corners of your mat, and the palms just facing up towards the sky. So taking the arms just slightly away from the body. And on your next inhale, you're just going to bring the feet so they're pointing up towards the sky. You're bringing the feet central. And then as you exhale, let them fall back to the sides of the mat. Inhale, just slowly moving the feet so their toes are pointing upwards. And then exhale, release the feet to the corners of your mat. And again, inhale, this time maybe taking the toes inwards. So you're rotating the legs inwards. And then exhale, allow the feet to soften and relax to the corners of your mat. And again, inhaling, turning the feet inwards, rotating the legs inwards. And exhale, release. Inhale, gently moving the feet, allowing the breath to flow into your body. So they're deep breaths. And exhale, long breath out. And two more. And then just relax. Relax the feet to the corners of the mat. Return to your natural breath. Allow the legs to relax and soften. And then we're moving up to the hands and the arms. So with the palms facing up towards the sky, take a deep inhale. This time on the exhale, you're going to shift the palms so they're facing downwards. Inhale, opening the palms up towards the sky, creating space across the chest. And exhale, just gently turning the palms downwards, rotating the arms inwards. Inhale, opening up into the chest. And exhale, release. Deep breaths into the body. Continue with this deep breathing and the slight rotation and movement of the arms and the hands. If you need to adjust your legs, you can bend the knees if that feels more comfortable, as we're focusing on the upper body now. Long, deep inhale. Palms facing up, chest and heart space opening up. And a long exhale. 2 more. And then returning to your natural breath. When you've finished your 2 breaths, palms facing up. And then coming to the head. As you inhale, just rolling the head over to one side. And as you exhale, bringing the head back into the center. Inhale, taking the head to the opposite side. And exhale, coming back into the center. And continue. Breathing, taking the head to one side, stretching and opening up the opposite side of the neck. And as you move through these gentle head rolls, if you feel any real tension or tightness in the neck and you want to hold the head to one side for a little bit longer, feel free. So feel into your body, observe. Two more. And then when you finish, just bringing the head into the center, returning to natural breath. Then we can start to make our way into seated. So I'm just going to roll over onto the side body and then pressing up with the hands. Making our way into straddle, so legs wide. You can sit on your cushion, you can sit on a block or a blanket, and just taking the legs as wide as you feel comfortable. Not too wide, so you're really engaging all the leg muscles. Just gently open them up, so space where you feel comfortable. You can take a slight bend in the knees. We can always place something underneath the knees, like a rolled up blanket or a cushion, if that helps. Okay, so tilting the pelvis slightly forwards. We've got a straight spine to begin with, and we're just holding on to the legs, hands on the legs to begin with. The spine is kind of nice and straight, allowing the shoulder blades to soften down the back. As you focus on just feeling into the pelvis, tilting forwards. So forget about this coming from the chest, just feel into the lower part, this pelvic region. Softening the shoulders, down the back. Taking a bend in the knees if that helps. Breathing into the body. Maybe we're going a little bit deeper with each exhale as the body softens and releases. And then we can start to move the hands off of the legs. Maybe walk the fingers forwards. And then we can start to round in. So I'm rounding the back and drawing the chin downwards towards my chest, lowering the head down, using any support, okay? If you want to pop your forearms on a cushion or on top of a block, or a block on a cushion. You can maybe find support for the head if that's available. Breathing into the body, softening in. So relaxing into the legs. I know that might be quite difficult with these legs stretched out wide. But just try and soften a little. Let's go from the toes, just softening into the toes, softening into the feet. Just try and relax into the shins, relaxing into the knees and into the thighs. And then allowing your awareness to creep up your spine, just feeling into this stretch, particularly into the lower back. And then as you come up to the upper back and the shoulders, just allowing those shoulders to soften. Take a couple more breaths here. And then we can start to release. So coming up onto the fingertips, lifting the chest up and just gently walking the hands back. Taking the hands back behind you and just drawing the legs in towards each other. And just maybe stretching and through the feet, maybe giving the legs a little shake. And we're going to move into Gomukhasana for our next pose. So Gomukhasana, cow face, offering up all of the variations that are possible. So full pose, we're taking the left leg underneath the right leg on top, knees trying to stack on top of each other, offering up all options that I can think of. So one is block in between the knees, one is block underneath the knees. Another one is to sit on a block or even 2 blocks for a cushion. And then any discomfort in the knees and the hip, you can extend your right leg, and we're going to just focus on the left to begin with. So focusing on one side at a time. So either full posture or half, finding your variation. So just being mindful that the sit bones are softening down either onto your support or finding the earth. If you're in full posture, you're just gently pressing the hands onto the soles of the feet. So we're opening up into the hips, externally rotating into the hips. Sorry, internally rotating into the hips. Soften the shoulders. Focus on the breath, so calming the breath. And then we can take, if you're feeling that it's available for you, to go a little bit deeper, we can start to come forwards. So maybe the hands creep forwards and just soften the head. So in half posture, you can still take those hands forward, You'll probably start to feel it also in your right leg if you're in half posture. So you can always bend your right knee. So trying to keep your sit bones grounded, so connected to your support or the floor, softening into the shoulders, releasing any tension in the neck by allowing the head just to fall. If you want to grab any supports to place underneath the forearms or underneath the hands, you can. Nice deep breaths into the body. Feeling and experiencing the body soften as you release into your Gomukhasana, working into the hips. And as we fold forward, gently stretching and opening up into the spine. 2 more breaths. And then slowly rising up. Before we unfold, we're just going to take a little eagle arm. So arm stretched out in front, taking the left arm over the top of the right, holding on to the palms or holding on to the shoulders as we add in a shoulder stretch as well. So lifting those elbows slightly and then drawing the elbows away from the chest slightly, so you can feel that lovely opening up as the shoulder blades pull away from the spine. Breathing into the body, breathing to the back body, into the upper back and shoulders. And as you exhale, maybe just draw the elbows a little bit more away from you, really stretching and opening up into the upper back. 1 more breath. And release the arms. Let's unfold the legs. So I'm just going to ground down with the feet, or you can extend the legs and just take the knees from side to side. And then preparing to take your Gomukhasana over to the other side. So left underneath, right on top. Half Gomukhasana, left leg extended, right knee over the top. And also I should mention, you can, if taking the feet down feels uncomfortable, so if the front of the feet feels uncomfortable, the soles of the feet pressing upwards, you can always take this foot down, so the right foot can be grounded if that feels more comfortable. So just softening down with the sit bones, finding your support if you need any support. And just taking a moment to settle in. So feeling into the pose, feeling into the hips. Sit bones drawing downwards, nice and straight through the body if you can. So trying not to lean. Just checking in that your shoulders are stacking over the hips as best you can. And gently pressing down onto the soles of the feet. And then either staying here, or if you feel it's available, you can start to fold forwards, just gently bringing the hands forwards, bringing any support with you, and then softening and releasing the head downwards, relaxing your shoulders. Lovely, yeah. trying to relax into the toes, into the feet. Drawing the sit bones down towards your support or towards the earth, towards the floor. Feeling into the stretch occurring in the back, feeling into the stretch happening in the hips. And softening, releasing any tension in the neck, just allowing the head to fall. Couple more breaths. And then we can start to lift ourselves up, slowly rising up. Ready for eagle arms. Bringing the arms forward, the right, crossing over the top of the left, finding your palms or holding onto shoulders. And on your next inhale, just gently starting to lift the elbows slightly. And then drawing the elbows away from the chest, but keeping the spine nice and straight. So maybe there's a temptation here to round in the spine to draw the elbows away. Stay nice and tall, and just very subtle movement. The elbows just drawing away, opening up to the upper back and the shoulders. Breathing into the upper back. And as you exhale, just gently see if you can take the elbows a little bit further away. And then we can start to release the arms. Unfolding the legs, either extending the legs or just planting the feet down and releasing by moving the legs from side to side. And then just taking the hands behind you so we can open up into the chest. So with eagle, we've opened the shoulder blades and we've opened up across the back. Let's open up into the chest. So draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Press your chest forwards. And if it feels comfortable, you can take the head back. For some, this doesn't feel nice in the back of the neck. So just find your variation. Breathing into the chest this time. Your focus is into the chest. Two more breaths. And release. So we're coming into half straddle, starting with the right foot, just placing it inside the left leg, using all your supports to support your right knee. And again, you can support underneath the left knee, so finding, if you need any support, just find your cushions, pillows, blocks. If you don't have any, it's fine. You can take a slight bend in this left knee, that helps. So first of all, we're just going to take the left hand and place it on top of the left leg. And we're just shifting the chest. So it's opening up to the side. So the chest is opening up to the right side. And we're just gently focusing on drawing this right shoulder upwards. And we can take our gaze towards the right if that feels okay for the neck. Breathing into the body. Couple more breaths. And then start to shift your gaze over to the left. So you're looking at your left toes. Lift the chest up. And take both hands either side of the left leg as we fold forwards over the left leg. So shuffle around. Make sure your sit bones are grounded. Turning the chest and the torso so you're able to extend over the left leg. So take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, we can fold in. And then we can round. So you can round into the back. Maybe you can find your feet or your foot or your toes. Or maybe you're just going to hold on to the shin. Or hold on to the thigh. Or just keeping the hands either side of the leg up on your fingertips, maybe just to help you balance. So being mindful that the shoulders are level. Okay, so we're trying to really bring the chest round. Shoulders are level, shoulders are soft. And then we're softening over the left leg. Releasing the head. Breathing deep into the body. So using any support either underneath the left leg or on top of the left leg. Nice deep breaths. So allowing the breath to flow into the body. As you exhale, maybe softening, melting a little bit further. Two more breaths here. And on your next inhale, I'm going to lift the chest up. So you're walking your hands back towards the body. And we're going to twist further around now towards the left. So the right hand is just finding the outer edge of the left leg. Doesn't matter where that is. And then the left hand is just coming round towards the back. So inhale, find length, okay? So lengthen through, drawing the sit bones downwards, reaching the crown, the top of the head up. Sinking the shoulders down the back. As you start to draw your right shoulder over towards your left leg. And your left shoulder drawing towards the back. Nice deep breaths. So the head can turn towards the back shoulder if that feels okay for the neck. Left leg can be relaxed and soft. And focus is on the upper body, into the chest, into the shoulders. Two more breaths. Last two breaths. Really see if you could twist. Keep twisting round but keeping a nice tall spine. And as you release on your next exhale, let's take the hands all the way round to the other side. Slowly, slowly. Unwind. Take a deep inhale. Twist all the way round to the right. And as you exhale, come back round to the front. Okay, let's take that over to the other side. So bringing your left foot in to meet the inside of your right thigh. Using any support to support the left knee or the right knee. And we're just starting by taking the right hand down the right leg, and we're drawing the chest towards the left. Okay, so your left shoulder is pressing up and back, and your right shoulder is drawing round. And we can take our gaze over towards the left if we're feeling okay in the neck. So softening into the shoulders, try not to lift the shoulders up, draw them down away from the ears. Two more breaths. And then we can start to take the hands either side of the right leg. So we're coming into a forward fold over the leg. So shift yourself around, draw your shoulders round, draw your chest round, so you're facing over the right leg. And then start to soften in, using any support either on top of the leg, top of the right leg, or underneath. So okay for round spine here, you're softening and releasing. So hands can be either side of the leg, hands can be on top of the leg, or maybe you can hold on to the right foot, but not straining. If you're really reaching and having to really reach forwards to get hold of that foot, then I'd encourage you just to release. Allow the breath to softly guide you forwards. Taking the hands down beside the leg rather than trying to find the foot. So you're softening the head, releasing any tension in the neck, softening into the shoulders. Breathing into the body, soft breath, calm breath. Two more breaths here. Feeling into your body, observing where you're feeling the stretch. And then we can start to release from our forward fold as we walk the hands towards us. Coming upright. Preparing to twist further around towards the right side. So the left hand is finding the outer edge of the right leg. The right hand coming back behind you and twisting round. You can always place your right hand on top of a block if that helps you keep the height in the body rather than sinking back. And the back hand doesn't have to be flat, you can be on your fingertips. So we're really using that back hand as a support to keep us nice and straight. We're really feeling into this twist, so coming from the waist, chest is drawing round, the left shoulder is drawing round towards the right leg, and the right shoulder is drawing back behind you, Keeping the shoulder blades soft and sinking down the back, keeping the right leg relaxed, working into the upper body. Maybe the head looks back behind you too. 2 more breaths, so those last 2 breaths, see if you can really twist all the way round. And on your next exhale, as you release, slowly coming all the way around to the other side for a counter twist. So it's 1 breath, deep inhale towards the left. Oh, that feels nice. And exhale into the center. And then you can start to release your legs. Give the legs a little shake. Okay. So we're going to come up onto the hands and the knees, tabletop. Take a deep inhale in your neutral position. And as you exhale, let's round into cat. So rounding the back, chin to chest, tuck your tailbone downwards. Inhale, finding cow. And as you exhale, let's find child's pose. So just shift the hips back. And find your child's pose. Just reaching the fingers forwards, releasing the forehead. Deep breathing into your body in your child's pose, reconnecting with breath. You can find some movement here, maybe wiggling the hips slightly from side to side. And then on your next inhale, coming back up onto all fours. Taking the hands a little bit forward. As you shift your weight forwards, soften down the thighs, softening down the hips, softening down the chest. As we move into Sphinx pose in the lower back, okay, so being mindful of your spine, any real pain or discomfort, encouraging you to keep low. So keeping low, the elbows come forward so they're not stacked under your shoulders. Otherwise, bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders and starting to lift up the chest. So if you're okay in the lower spine, you can pop a support underneath the belly, which will go a little bit deeper into the stretch, but being very mindful of your back. Softening the shoulders down the spine. Let's just take the feet wide to begin with. Let's just feel into different variations when we move the legs. So the legs are coming a little bit wider. And on your next inhale, you're just going to peek round your right shoulder. And so you can see your right toes. On the next exhale, come into the center. Inhale, let's just peek round the left shoulder. And exhale, center. And one more each side. Just moving with the breath. And then bring the feet back so they're kind of just slightly wider than the hips. I'm going to give you the option to go a little bit deeper into what we call seal pose. In seal pose we're going to try and straighten a little bit through the arms, so I'm taking my hands wider than my mat, and then I'm just gently lifting the chest, really pushing the hands and the palms and the fingers into the mat, into the floor, sorry. Allowing the shoulders to sink away from the ears, so you can literally just draw those shoulders down the back. If this feels too intense, too strong, come back down onto the forearms, stay in your Sphinx. Inhale, breathing into the chest. Allow the chest to open up, allow the heart space to open up, keep the shoulders soft. Just feel the difference when you really push your hands, your palms and your fingers into the floor. That helps you draw your shoulders further away from you. 2 more breaths in your chosen pose, either Sphinx pose or seal. And then we can start to release. So gently, gently. Softening, softening. If you come into seal, come back up onto your forearms. Just remove your support. You can place it underneath your head and just soften, allow the spine to release, allow the shoulders to soften. You can wiggle the hips from side to side, or you can lift the feet and the shins and just allow the feet to fall from side to side. If that feels nice for the back. And then relax the feet and the legs. So we're coming into a shoulder stretch. Still lying on the bellies. We're going to take the arms out to the side, so we've got like a T shape. Which side we're going to work on? The left side to begin with. So pushing my right hand into the mat and just rolling onto the left side of the body, so you can see the back side of me, just so you can see what I'm doing. And then my right foot is just coming behind the left knee and supporting me by grounding my right foot down. Left arm is extended, palm facing downwards. We're all okay, so I'll show you a front view. This is the front view. If you're feeling discomfort in the neck, which I am, you can place your cushion underneath the side of your head or a block, okay? So just find your variation. Yeah, it's cool. Okay. So once you've kind of settled into the pose, you can go deeper into the shoulder stretch by pressing your right hand into the mat and lifting your chest away from the floor. And you'll feel the stretch come deeper into the left shoulder blade as you press and lift the chest up. If this feels too strong and you're feeling real discomfort in the left shoulder, then just start to release your right knee downwards and release your chest downwards and soften into the shoulder stretch. Couple more breaths. And then we can start to unfold. So the right knee, so you're going to come onto your belly and your right knee is going to come out to the side as we come into half frog. So my right knee is level with the hip. My right ankle is level with my knee. And I'm reaching my hands out in front. Softening the forehead down onto your mat. The arms extended towards the top of your mat. Forehead down. You can use any support. The forehead onto the floor, onto your mat feels too harsh. You can pop your head on the cushion. You can take any support underneath the right knee as well, if that helps. And we're encouraging the right hip to soften downwards. Breathing into the body. Two more breaths. Okay, so from here bring your hands back so they're beside your chest, and then just release your right knee, release the right leg, extend the right leg away from you. And just take a couple of breaths here, just allowing the right hip to soften. And then extending your left arm away, you're going to roll back onto your left side. Take your left hand, place it underneath your head, your left elbow is grounded down. Bending both knees, bring the knees so they're level with your hips, knees stacked on top of each other. We're coming into clam pose, so we're working the inner thighs. So keeping the feet together, you're going to lift your top knee up. And then you're going to drop your top knee down. So keeping the feet connected, you're opening up the knee and the ankle. And feeling into the roundy right hip, feeling into the inner thighs. So just moving with your breath, inhale, lifting knee up, exhale, knee down. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. And just relax for a moment. So this time you're going to keep the knees connected and you're going to lift your right foot up. So inhale, lift your foot, and exhale, soften. Inhale, lift, and exhale, soften. Inhale, lift, and soften. And lift the foot and soften. So you're feeling movement here into the right hip. Two more. One more. And release. Coming back onto the bellies, we're going to open up the shoulder on the other side. Let me just shift round. So onto the bellies, arms out to the side. And this time you're rolling onto the right side. Stretching into the right shoulder. Grounding down with your left foot. Left hand placed down in front of your chest, and you're using the left hand to help you either go a little bit stronger, deeper into the pose by pressing the hand into the mat, lifting your left shoulder up towards the sky, or easing out if that feels too strong. Just soften the chest back down towards the floor. You can place something underneath the side of the head if that helps. Support the neck. Keeping the breath flowing. 2 more breaths. Gently releasing onto the belly as we move into our half frog. So the left knee is bent. The left knee is in line with the hip. Drawing the chest round, reaching your arms towards the top of your mat. Releasing your forehead down, either using a support underneath the forehead. Just softening the left hip, encouraging the left hip to draw down towards the floor, down towards the earth. Breathing into the body. Nice deep breaths. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face. Nice, steady, even breathing. Feeling into the stretch, feeling into the left hip, observing any sensations. Two more breaths. And then we can start to release, bringing the hands back towards you. Straightening, lengthening through the left leg. Just allow the body to settle back in. Allow the hip to settle and soften. We can move into our clam pose. As we reach the right arm forward, roll onto the right side of the body, place the right hand underneath the head, bend the knees. The knees are in line with your hip, ankles are in line with the knee, and we start to lift up the top knee. Inhale, lift, exhale, soften. Inhale, lifting, exhale, softening. Breathing into the body as we move the knee up and down. Two more. And then we'll keep the knees connected and we're lifting the top foot. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Two more. Relax. Okay, making your way onto your backs. Coming into inversion. So, gentle inversion. If you have any support block, placing it underneath the lower back, underneath your hips. And you can just either bend the knees and lift the feet up, or maybe you want to extend the legs, the arms come out to the side. If you want to keep your feet grounded, that's cool too. Maybe just coming into a nice supported bridge. So find your variation. We're just lifting those hips slightly higher than the heart, nothing too strong. The arms can come out to the side, or you can take cactus arms if you haven't got a lot of space, so just bending at the elbows. Nice deep breath into the body. Inhale, allowing the breath to expand into the belly, into the chest, to the upper chest and the throat, and exhale, releasing. Just making sure you're nice and relaxed through the feet, through the legs. Couple more breaths. And then we can start to relax. If you've got your legs lifted, take your feet down. Just feel the connection to the earth before you just start to lift up the hips and remove your support. So I'm offering up as a spinal twist, eagle legs. If this feels too strong for you, then just keep the knees together and don't wrap the legs. So I'm going to start by wrapping my right thigh over the top of the left thigh. Maybe your right foot tucks underneath the left shoe. Which way are we going to go? We're going to go to the left. So if you need some support, if you know you're going to need some support here, then start to place blocks or cushions to the left side of the body. Take the arms out to the side and then allow the legs to fall to the left. Remembering if this feels too intense for the back, then maybe you just unfold the legs and you stack the knees on top of each other. Don't worry too much if the right shoulder is lifting up. This is quite a deep stretch. Just try to encourage the right shoulder to soften as best you can. Feeling into your lovely spinal twist. Maybe the head rolls over to the right side. That feels okay for the neck. Softening into the upper back and shoulders. Couple more breaths. And on your next inhale, lifting up, unfolding the legs. Just allow a couple of breaths in the center here, and you can start to move your props over to the right side. And then we can change the fold of the legs, the left leg wrapping around as best you can, or just bringing the knees together, and then taking the legs over to the right side. So once the legs have gone over to the right, softening and relaxing into the feet and the toes, relaxing into the legs as best you can. And then being mindful of your upper back and shoulders, that they're soft and relaxed. See if you can draw that left shoulder down as best you can, and then the head rolls over towards the left. Couple more breaths here. And on your next inhale, bringing the legs back into the center, unfolding. Maybe taking your feet as wide as your mat and just allowing the knees to fall from side to side. Or maybe you're feeling a knee hug, or maybe you're feeling a happy baby. Listening to your body, just finding your preferred counter pose to your spinal twists. Ready for Shavasana. So just preparing for your relaxation as you start to extend the legs or bend at the knees. Find some support underneath the knees if you prefer. Grab a blanket if you stay nice and warm. Eye pillow, if anyone has an eye pillow. And just softening and releasing the body. So you're relaxing, letting go, allowing all parts of the body to be soft. Just checking in that you're not holding on anywhere. Take a deep inhale into the body, and as you exhale, release, let everything go. Finding stillness. Allowing the natural breath to ebb and flow. Thoughts just floating by like the clouds in the sky. Creating space for your body to heal, for your body to replenish and restore. As we come to the end of Shavasana together as a group, you're very welcome to stay here if you'd like to continue with your Shavasana. Otherwise, just starting to reconnect with the body. Reconnecting with sounds. finding some movement as you make your way onto your side body. Then coming up into a comfortable seated position. Your eyes are still closed. We're still in our lovely space that we've created, so peaceful and calm. Just taking a moment to observe how you feel. Feeling into the body. And then rubbing the palms together, creating a little heat and energy in the hands. And placing the hands over the face, over the eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose. A lovely big exhale. Blinking open the eyes and releasing the hands. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you.